You are gold. Always believe in your soul. Hello there people, welcome to my channel. How are you all doing? I'm slightly suffering from really quite bad hay fever and these allergy pills are not really helping, but it's all good. We're gonna power through it. Today I am barefaced with just the brows done because I wanted to review some beauty items that I'm seeing everywhere. I see them on Instagram, I see them on YouTube, and I'm like, are they really worth it? And as we've been enjoying the, review process of clothing, I thought it would be nice to kind of bring a little bit of beauty back into it and try some stuff. Because I know what it's like. If you're watching these viral Instagram videos, you're like, is that thing really worth my money? Like, do I really need that? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for buying stuff, as you clearly know, right? I've said this, I'm a commercial advertiser's dream. I see the ad, I want it. Is it shiny? Do they like it? I like it. That is me all over. So yeah, I spent a little money, I've got a couple of items, and we're just gonna see if it's actually worth using. So, the number one, and I tell you, the number one culprit on my list has got to be this Versace oil. So this is the Unicorn Essence, and it's a skin enhancing antioxidant serum. And you've probably seen these on Instagram videos. And for me, I'm an oily girl. So the idea of applying oil on top of the greasiness, it just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why would you apply oil and then put makeup on? From what I've seen on this is some kind of serum, like an oil serum. I don't know how oily it is or not. And I feel like if I put this on, my makeup's going to slip and slide. And by the way, this costs, this costs £50. Now this needs to be covered in gold. This needs to transform my every skin ailment I've ever had in my life, because this is £50 of oil in a jar. Listen. Opening this up, it is like a pinky serum with some flecks in it. Most people, you always see them on Instagram like this, and they're doing the most, but they really should be like managing it, because for £50, listen, this needs to last me 6 years. It's very cold and it smells a bit like bubble gum. It's wet. It's not oily. It isn't oily. It isn't oily. I'm surprised. So that is literally absorbing into my skin right now and absorbing nicely. And it isn't an oil. It's kind of got a little bit of a tacky feeling. So I'm presuming that's because it's gonna like help stick your makeup on. It doesn't really feel like anything I've used before. I really like the smell though. I feel like it's the kind of thing that you'll see the benefit when you apply your makeup. So I want to see if my makeup looks any different when I apply it. That is £50 of basically a serum. It's not oily, so that's a good thing. So next I'm going to use is this from Milk Makeup, and this is the Blur Stick. I actually bought this when I was in the US a couple of weeks back because I've been wanting to try anything Milk Makeup. I didn't get any foundations or anything, but this Blur Stick I've seen absolutely everywhere and haven't seen it in the UK. And it is basically a stick primer. The top of it seems quite dry, like nothing's coming off of it. However, I've just applied that to my face, and here is where I've got a lot of pores, and on my nose, loads of pores. But I feel like that has actually genuinely just filled those out and smoothed them. I'm using it on my nose area and just around here because this is where my skin has got a lot of texture. I actually think that's really good. This has done a really good job of just filling out that area where I've got texture. Yes, I like that. Okay, next I have the Versace Rose Gold Elixir. This is £45. This is expensive, but it does have 24 karat gold. Yes, 24 karat gold, honey. So yeah, I can understand why it's a bit more pricey. I better be looking like 24 karat gold in this, okay? If I, oh, okay, finally. I was just been trying to open that for, there's flecks of gold in it. You are gold. Always believe in your soul. To be honest, I feel like that song is the anthem of my entire life. So the fact that this has gold in it makes me happy already. Like, come on, yes. I'm gonna bring this up close so you guys can see like the gold. Oh, yes, oh, I have to get gold. You're indestructible. Right, so let's see what happens. How do I apply my gold? We got gold. Oh, this is an oil. So I'm not even gonna go ham with this because that is oily. That is an oil. Oh dear. I don't feel like this is gonna end well. I don't know about putting oil on. This was my initial fear. This was my initial fear, it being an oil. The Unicorn Essence is not an oil. This is an oil. And I feel like it's got like something floral because the way my allergies are just playing up right now. It smells nice. I feel like it's about to go downhill from here. If you are dry, this might be a great option for you, but applying oil before foundation for me is a no bueno, like no bueno. Well, let's just go through there. So next up, I'm using the Ordinary foundation. If you guys haven't seen or heard about this, it's been all over YouTube as being the ultimate foundation in the entire world because it's, I don't know if it's because it's £7 or because the Ordinary is a great company, but the foundation is rated very highly by a lot of trusted people, and it only costs £7, which is about $11 to $12. Now come on, that's a bargaining foundation. If it's good, listen, we're going to be stocking all the way up on this. So yeah, and I picked up 3 different foundations because, you know, when you're on my color, you never quite know what's going to hit the spot. This is 3.2N, which is deep neutral, which looks very close to my hand shade, which probably means it'll be okay for my face. The next shade is 3.2R. This is deep with red undertones. They look extremely similar, but I can see a slight difference. And there is 3.1Y. This is deep with yellow undertones, which is a lot lighter. I feel like I could mix them all and then get the perfect shade for me. To be completely honest with you, I feel like an utter grease ball. This is quite a watery foundation, and it's a light coverage and it isn't matte, so I don't know if this is gonna be a mess, but let's just roll with it. I'm gonna mix the I'm just gonna mix all 3. Now it's very watery. Maybe mixing wasn't the right idea because I'm looking like a patchwork quilt. Let's just start again. Let's just start from the top. Although I feel like no, that's not right. It was never right. I'm gonna go with the 3.2 red undertones. Let's go in with that. This feels like I'm just applying foundation with a wet fish. It's just making no sense to me. Oh gosh, I look wet. I literally look wet. When I apply makeup, I do not look like this. I look like water. Don't go chasing waterfalls. And it's not the foundation. The foundation itself is quite a watery oil. It's not a matte. Oh Lord, we've messed up the eyebrow. I'm not feeling this silly sponge, whatever it is. This is just a nonsense, so we're just gonna say goodbye. Let's apply with a sponge. The foundation itself, I really like. I actually feel like it looks really natural, really close to my skin. The whole thing is being messed up by applying an oil to my oily face. What is the point in that? Just look at actual hot mess. My face looks so oily right now, you could actually fry an egg on it. Like, there's dewy and then there's you effed up. You really effed up here. What do I do? What do I do about this? So while I sit here glistening like the sun, I am going to go ahead and use a Tarte Clay Stick foundation to conceal and highlight under my eyes. I know that the Shape Tape is really popular. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but I do have this from Tarte, which I do actually quite like and serves the same purpose. And I love this shade. It's Tan Deep Honey. And I'm hoping you can still take me quite seriously because I know that I'm glowing like burning sun rays. And this is super creamy, super slippery right now. And probably more so seeing as I'm oiled all the way up. But I love the colour. You know, obviously I like quite a bright under eye. And this is super pigmented. I mean, I feel like this potentially could be a look. I do feel like dew is coming back in. This is dew on acid. Okay, next I'm going to go in with my MAC. This is the MAC. This is a duo stick, and this is where I really feel like Kim got the idea for the contour sticks, to be honest with you. MAC have always had these duo sticks and I live for this. It's really good. Love the colour. I swear everything's just slipping and sliding on my face. Do you know, I'm warming to the idea of this because everything applies so like creamily. Now, what would be amazing is if when I put my powder on, it didn't stay this wet because, yeah. Okay, so next I'm hoping I can save this look with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is clearly famous. A lot of people use it in the kind of transparent, which is more like a white color. I have used that in the past and ended up giving it away because I found that it was just too white for me and it gave me a bit of a white cast. But they came out with the kind of colored versions, and this is the medium deep, which is women of color friendly, and I believe they have other shades as well, and this is rated very, very highly. Again, I bought this when I was in the US, and we're just gonna go in. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I love me my like bright under eye, so for me not to have my bright under eye is a bit of a struggle. That's doing a nice job of just eating that oil up, like literally eating it while maintaining my glow. Oh, I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad. That has done a wonderful job, and I feel like I've been able to maintain my highlight, even though it's a bit more brown than I normally go for. Do you know what? I need this all over. Overall, I love that powder. It's very, very fine. It has, you know, matted everything down without giving me the white cast. I feel like I have, you know, grown to love that white cast a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I feel like I just want a touch of yellow, like just under my eyes. But it's beautiful, and this isn't looking as matte as I normally look, and that's clearly because I've applied a layer of oil on underneath. But it isn't bad, and I like it. So obviously Anastasia Beverly Hills has been having a really bad rap. However, I will open my mouth and say that I'm a huge fan of the Modern Renaissance palette. I feel like this is the palette that everybody needs at all time. And I do think Anastasia Beverly Hills is highly rated all over the internet, and it's unfortunate that this product has kind of maybe put a little bit of a dent on their name, but I don't think it will steal their shine because they really do focus on quality, and this is one of the baddest palettes of all time, so we're just going to go in and use that. I'm just going to put Regal, Golden Ochre. So this is also super hype. This is the textured eyeshadow palette from Huda Beauty, a palette I'm not that familiar with, and I find very, very similar to the Anastasia palette. Come and have a look. But then obviously it's got those kind of pressed glitters that look really nice, and I'm gonna go in with Trust Fund on my lid. Don't know if it's because I'm just not very good at using eyeshadow, but I do find that I expected a little more. I'm expecting this to be like, whoa, like way more powerful. I'm literally grinding it in. Okay. Yeah, for the Huda Beauty, I feel like I have to use a lot to get the payoff that I want. Right, next up I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which obviously the name is quite, whoa, it's really thick. The name is quite obviously eye-catching. I saw like some nice campaigns around this stuff. What do I think? It's really fluffy. I really like it. I feel like it's catching these lashes. You guys don't know, I suffer from, it's not really a suffer, I see it more like a gift, from really curly lashes. So they literally just curl back into a C. So I actually brush my lashes forward. Not gonna lie, I think that's really nice. I think that's a really, really good mascara. I'm surprised. It's really like moist. Can you have a moist mascara? Not really. But it really did coat my lashes. They look a lot longer and they do look fuller. And they don't look clumpy. I feel like I would put a little bit more on the other side of this. I really like the mascara. I think it's very, very good. Okay, can you see that my dew oil is coming through? Like, we're gonna have to just Laura Mercier it again. Like, seriously? Can we just try and live a matte life? Okay, so we have all seen this absolutely everywhere, and it's basically the Huda Beauty lashes, and I'll be honest with you, I'm a huge fan. I think they're a really, really, really good set of lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Samantha's on right now. And honestly, I feel like lashes, once you put lashes on, your life is made. Okay. So next up, this is the Maybelline Master Chrome. I've seen this being talked about a few times, but you know what it is with highlighters? Like, everybody's talking about a new highlighter. But I wanted to try this one, which is a little bit more attainable for people. So yeah, let's just get into it. And it does look quite, you know, juicy, like liquidy, you know. Oh, okay. Because you know some of us have the issue of it just looking like a white stripe. But that is giving me a glow on top of the already oil glow that is slightly coming through. But it's not, oh, that was excessive. A little definitely goes a long way. Look at that. A little goes a long way. I feel like that is giving me major strobage, Master Chrome by Face Studios metallic highlighter. Yes, I like that, and it's drugstore and it's affordable and it's really warm. That is really, really warm. I really like that. Okay, go Maybelline. Okay, next I'm going to finish up with some blush, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the blush trios. I got these in my PR unboxing. I have used them before, and obviously, you know, Anastasia has been known for the brows and then the coloured eyeshadows. Now moving into blush and stuff, and oh, it's really good. Not gonna lie, it's been used before because I feel it, and that's why I'm quite not defensive, but I'm willing to say I kind of trust Anastasia Beverly Hills. I know that they're in it to produce good quality products, but unfortunately I'm actually allergic to something in the liquid lipsticks, and I found that this happens quite a lot whenever I use certain liquid lipsticks, especially the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've heard it's a type of sunscreen that's in it that I might be allergic to, and I always end up with my lips breaking out, so I'm not going to use that today. And what I'm going to use is Kat Von D, who I kind of feel is slipping off the popular train. Is it just me who's feeling that way? Like things, I don't know, I feel like she's not as popular, or the brand is not as popular as it used to be. It might just be in my head, but I don't know, I feel like I've noticed that. Firstly, I'm going to line with Bittersweet, also an internet favourite. It is a favourite of mine as well. It's a really nice creamy brownie red, brick red, which I find is perfect for my lip colour. I'm going to go in with Lolita. Let's go with Lolita. It's quite a risque name. And this is a liquid lip matte. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, so that is my final face done, and I'm going to give you my overall honest final thoughts on this look. So number one is the Farsali oiled serums, not quite sure what to call them, the dropper things that people use on Instagram. I will say the unicorn essence, I really like it. I love the way it smells, and it isn't an oil. It actually feels like a serum, which really soaked in nicely into my skin, and it had a little bit of a stickiness, which I feel like would probably be good when you apply your makeup onto it. Now for £50, listen, you need to be using a milli drop of a drop to really make it last, because I do think it isn't necessary, especially because I use like 2 or 3 serums before I put on my makeup anyway, like my normal serums, and they're not that much money, so I do find it expensive, and I'm wondering what the like medical reason behind it, what's in there. But yeah, the rose gold elixir, I mean, it looks beautiful and there's rose gold in it, but it's oil in a jar with flakes of gold, which I cannot see flakes of gold on my skin. I am not shining, like, so what's going on? And I feel like if you're an oily person, it's going to be a big mistake. You don't need it. Like, if you are someone who's dry though, and your makeup is dry and patchy when you apply it, then clearly it might be good for you. But I just feel like it's a bit slippery. I don't know, maybe that's just in my head. After that, it was the Ordinary foundation. I thought it was quite good. It's a light coverage foundation, and I found that it was very similar to my skin tone, which is obviously problem numero uno when it comes to being a woman of color. And obviously, you know, darker shades and stuff like that, I think these were the darkest shade. I think there was one shade actually darker, which should be quite dark, but I don't know. But there weren't that many shades in this range anyway, so I think there were like 3 if you were light, 3 if you were medium, 3 if you were dark, or maybe like 6, 6, 6. So it seemed balanced, but the range wasn't massive, but I actually thought it was quite good. I'm shocked. When it comes to that silly blender or silicone sponge, this to me is a nonsense. Like, it's so unnecessary. That's clearly why everybody used it for like a month and then no one talks about them ever again. That will be getting dashed in the bin like real quick. And then when it came to my eyeshadows, again, I'm a fan. The Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Modern Renaissance palette, if you don't have it, I think it is a palette that every girl should have in their like collection. It's a really good palette and you can create some great looks on it. And then the Huda Beauty Textured Shallows palette. Again, this is a £50 product, but realistically I feel like you could use some NYX and get the same effect. And again, if I've got Modern Renaissance, I don't actually feel like I need these shades here. And it actually took work to get like the payoff on my eyes that I wanted. The Tarte Clay Stick, bangs, I need to get my hands on. The Shape Tape, I haven't got it because it's quite hard to get Tarte stuff in the UK actually, unless I'm more like QVC, especially for like the darker shades. I find that they're often either out of stock or they don't sometimes carry them here in the UK, unfortunately. But that clay stick was really, really good. And I've used it before. I'm a big fan. I suggest it and I recommend it. And listen, that Master Chrome, I feel like it is amazing. Drugstore Maybelline, yes, really good. It's actually really, really good. And it's warm. It's not ashy and it doesn't give you that white line. It kind of just was like, just blending into the blendability. And then, yeah, my Kat Von D lippy looks gorgeous on. Like, I feel like sometimes I'm like kind of getting off the matte lip, but until when you find now a matte lip that you really like, you're set. You're literally set. So yeah, that is me trying some of Instagram's and YouTube's hype products. What do you guys think? Have you seen these around? Is there anything else you think I should try? Do you think you're just going to stick to using what you find has worked for you? And I think that's what it is. Some of us, we just want to find out, is it worth spending my dollar? Like, do you need to spend your money on this? Is it worth it? Or is it just hype? And to be honest, none of it's necessary. But, you know, some of us want to work out how could we spend our money if we wanted to treat ourselves. And is this any good? Oh, the milk blur stick, really good. Because normally, you know, I've got large pores on my nose. It's kind of congestion and it's here and there, depending on, you know, what my hormones are saying. And I feel like it looks a lot smoother than normal, like a lot smoother than normal. So I am loving that blur stick. I didn't feel like it was doing a lot when I was doing it, but now with my finished look, I feel particularly smooth. So yeah. All right, guys, so I'm done. Catch me on my Instagram, catch me on my Snapchat. I'm still loving and living for my Snapchat, so do find me there. And of course on my Twitter. I hope you guys have a great week and I'll see you soon. I've got some popping videos to come, so make sure you turn on your notifications. I know it's hard out here, you know, notification gang. Are you ready? Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.